And attention to the front.
Oh, because I'm technically, okay, I have to have an incognito thing open. That's what it is. Sorry, our thing requires a bit of setup too. We're trying to mock up users here. You want to redo it real quick? Yeah. Can we rebuild it real quick?
What did I say about turning the mic off?
Huh?
Turn the mic off and put it down.
All right.
There we go. I like the mic drops.
I'm going to reload this one. I'll drop everything in here. I gotta open an incognito. Yeah, whatever. Okay.
That's the same session.
How many Gmail accounts did you make in the testing of this?
I already have a spare one.
4.
I thought that was
Yeah, you know,
Google hates
Google
you.
should probably give out some like testing
If I close it,
accounts.
you
You
have
know,
to
Yeah.
just use these
I'm gonna reload it.
credentials.
I
in
mean-
here.
And you'll have to reset.
I guess
You'll
they
have
are
to
testing
close-
accounts.
Close yours.
Spin it up like
Close
that.
yours.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, it would be nice if for developers they're like, oh, you guys trying to do OAuth and like multiple,
No.
like here.
yeah,
use
just
this.
like use these logins, and then you know if you can see their profile, it's fine.
But again, you could also just use Nightmare to spin up a bunch of new Gmails.
Okay, so this should start the session, right?
They could have
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Cool. Now,
I don't think
Yeah.
I've pushed it to its limit yet. I hope to never find out though.
Okay, cool. Now you can go ahead and
The setup for this could have been better.
you got your incognito one,
The
right?
setup for this could even been better Nightmare.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, can you tell it to open something in incognito?
Probably not.
I think it's all just.
Does Chromium have an incognito?
Sorry, guys.
Chromium.
I mean, I just don't know.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
I just know that that's the browser.
cool, it's cool, give it a minute.
yeah.
Okay,
Alright,
cool.
alright.
So
All right.
I think it's still working. What? Because the timer's not running. Well, let's try it.
Why am I the judge?
Well, no clue, but okay, we tried. All right, so go ahead and
Use the mic now.
hold on one second.
Okay.
Okay, fine. All right, do you want to step in for the, like take control over here, and I'll just start talking. See what you can accomplish. Okay, guys. Hello. Yes. Okay. So, obviously, at this point, I want to say what we tried to do was, but we basically made a meme game app using Socket.io, and the goal was really just to play around with technology that I wanted to try. It was like just interesting for us. As you can see, it did take authentication, which Robin will talk about, and you guys can use the chat feature, right? No, I can't even see it because if you can expand it. So it has a few components, but basically the basic principle is that you have this timer that runs down. Victor right now is in judge mode, which means like he's got like the orange photo here highlighted. It generates a random meme, and then you can submit various like text, whatever you want, top or bottom. Go ahead, try to submit it. That should work.
All right, send it something.
Yeah, and it should generate it. All right. So, how's the weekend going? Everybody good? All right. Fantastic. Oh, this is our fail meme here. This is like if you didn't send any text or anything. But anyway, so basically it uses meme generator. It acts as like a proxy on the server and generates these memes, and then meme generator hosts them, and then I pass the information back. And then the judge, if you hover over them, you see them?
1 second.
Oh, okay.
Victor is the judge right now.
Right.
So
Yeah, so when it's kind of interesting, this is like a stupid thing I implemented to show like how Socket works. When the judge hovers over them, like he moves across them, everybody sees that he's like manipulating the photos, which is really cool, in my opinion. I would say I built this whole thing just to do that. Okay? That's the whole thing. Alright, so basically, you vote on stuff. It doesn't have player queue right now, so basically like everybody's kind of in one room. That's one thing we're going to push for before it becomes a production level app. So I see some people are like, oh, look, you just logged in, and you know what that means? That means you pushed the rest of us out right now. Thanks, guy. This dude. Okay. But anyway, so once you vote, it comes up, and it basically, tells you who's the winner, and increments the score. It's really simple in terms of what it looks like and what it does, but it's it's very difficult to do game logic in general, especially when you have live connections to all the players. So you need to wrap it all in like a room logic. You have to have a Q DQ type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's really my part of it, is I did the game logic. So I did that exceptionally well. Thank you. All right.
Humble.
Humility.
So as Misha said, I did the user authentication. With this project, we decided to use Passport, and we used the Google strategy. So if you try to enter into our website, you get redirected to Google, and you input your Google credentials, and it automatically gets sent here to us, and we have you as a user. So good stuff. One nice thing about this is that we don't have to use bcrypt or anything to ensure the security of our passwords, because Google just handles all that. And then in terms of testing, we tested several of the routes using supertest, and we just required that it responds with a correct HTTP code, so so for the redirect it's like 302, and
Well, I work on the front end portion of this project, and everything that you see is what I made. And I use, for most of these containers, I use custom CSS, and I use Bootstrap for like timers and modals, and just for that. And I create shadows for these boxes, and I take all these images from the backend, which is generated from the meme API, and
Cool.
Questions?
What was did you guys build the meme API, or was that something
No,
that
so
is a service?
It's a service. There's like two potential routes. The one I was gonna go with before I just went with it, this one got working, was I was just gonna use a generator, like Canvas type generator on the back end, and then stream whatever is written to an Imager API, which will host it.
Yeah.
But these guys would do the whole thing basically. It's just a proxy for their API essentially.
Okay.
So really cool. It's called Image Flip.
Image flip. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we do plan to, I know there's like a couple of groups that were like, we're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this, guys. We're gonna get game logic in there, we're gonna get queuing properly, and then you guys will be able to log in and do stuff. So it's gonna be fun. And then also one little push for like future is when people do submit these things, what I'd like to do is I'd like to be able to either present them as options for people in the future, or even have like a Reddit link to submit them if it's like a particularly spicy meme. We also got to change this to spiciness. I know right now it's points, but it's levels of spice. Okay? Spicy memes.
Cool.
What was the biggest technical challenge you guys faced in doing this?
Well, I think for Robin would say passport authentication, right?
Yeah, Passport's pretty it's a big black box, so you just kind of poke at things and hope it works out.
Yeah, and for me I would say, honestly, Socket's really easy to use. It's just this concept of like flow is very complicated, especially when you get to the end of the game and you're like, I gotta tie it up and it's gotta go into a circular round logic. But there are some things I didn't know about until later, like the fact that Socket could organize things into rooms. So I should have like got onto that right away, but whatever, still time.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's just making it like responsive and making it visually pleasing, I guess.
Yeah. Did a very good job of that. What was your Git workflow like? Any issues with it?
So, like, in general, no. I feel like working with these guys, they're really capable, and we're all kind of pseudo-professionals, you could say. So we kind of would trust each other sometimes to be like, oh, last minute. We were just like pushing stuff right now to master, so see how well that worked out. But the point is, it kind of worked out. We were pretty careful. Otherwise, we would just have our own local versions of a branch. I did have to make a branch which subverted this whole passport thing, and basically allowed us to kind of spoof users, because there's a route in which you go and you can retrieve yourself. So you can get your own user information. Passport creates this route with Express. And so I had to do like a little subversion in order to spoof and create randomly generated users for us to do local testing. So yeah.
Cool. Rock on. Anybody else have any questions? No? Clap for them!